Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a Luck and Logic deck profile today. This is going to be a deck profile for my mana deck. I've updated it with set 3 stuff. So I'm going to start with the level 1s. I run 4 Sword of Ice mana. Um, when this card is defending and defeated, I can discard a Tetra Heaven card from my hand to draw a card. Next, I run 3 Stoic People's Mana. Vanguard ability is when this card is put into play, if your opponent has 6 or more undestroyed gates, I can choose a character with no soul in their front row and bounce it back to their hand. The second ability is when this card is defeated while defending, I can restand a Tetra Heaven card in my level zone. Both these cards are great because the deck is like 90% Tetra Heaven. Also, late game, I like to throw out level 1s to intercept when my other stuff's being attacked. So if my opponent is the kind of person who likes to kill off the level 1s first to deny me 5k intercepts, I can at least get some benefit out of those cards. Next, I run 4 Breaking Out of Her Shell mana. It's the Covenanter. So when I transfer with an Artemis and I mobilize a mana transunion, if I have 4 or more cards in my level zone, so if I'm level 4, I can when the transunion is mobilized, I give it +1 aura until end of turn. Next, I run 4 of the Dietary Guidance Artemis. She's the Covenanter with mana. So if she trances with a mana and mobilizes a mana transunion, I can discard a card to draw a card. And next I run 4 of the Goddess of the Moon Artemis. It's the Trial Deck Vanguard. On play, I can give a mana 1k, and of course, she has that really good blue Vanguard ability. So 7 Vanguards, because I really want to draw Vanguards if I go second. And the +1000 power ability is pretty nice because, like I said earlier, I do like to throw out level 1s late game to intercept with. So having an extra 1000 power is pretty relevant later on. And finally, I run 1 of Sleeping Small Artemis. When this member defends, I can return it to my hand. So this happens like after attack declaration step. So she's still technically the target, and then she goes back to my hand, and the target doesn't switch to the gate, so the gate isn't broken, and the opponent is considered to have won that battle. But it saves my gate, and then it gives me a level 1 to play down to either trance with or define logic with for 5000 power. So there we go, 19 level 1s, 10 logic lists, and 9 foreigners. Level 2s, I run 2 Good Job mana. She's a passive ability if I have 4 blue cards in my level zone. So if I'm level 4 and I went second, or level 4 and live a turn at level 4, then her ability becomes relevant. If my character is adjacent to the opponent, I get +2000 power. That character gets +2000 power until for the battle. So that pretty much means just front row to front row. I only run 2 because it's a late game ability, and it's not really applicable because you're not going to be if the game's going right or going well, you're not swinging into front row gates at level 4 unless for some reason you're forced to attack like top left or top right or top center for some reason that late in the game. Next, I run 4 Forced Assault mana. It's the Trial Deck level 2 mana. Her ability is when she destroys an adjacent gate, I can discard a card, draw a card. I run 4 because I want to be able to draw into her and have her at least break a gate at level 2, so I have that opportunity to fix my hand. And then her logic drive, the level 2 mana's logic drive is pay 3, draw a card, then choose a character and give them +1k until end of turn. The logic drive is not really relevant. It's kind of decent because it draws you a card, but at level 2 you're not really going to be trancing. If anything, you'll probably trance into the good job mana at 4 if you need the extra 2,000 power in combat, and it's not in your hand. Next, I run 4 of the Hearts as 1 mana. She is the box topper mana for set 2. She has no other ability besides the logic drive, which is pay 3, and this member gains +1 aura until the end of turn. And at the beginning of at the end of the battle step in which this member attacked, I can choose a card in my level zone and stand it. So the generic level 3 mana logic drive ability is pretty good. It lets you use at least 1 level boost without being at a disadvantage on the defense. But I run her because she's a 9k body on defense. The other manas are 7 and 8k, so being 9k kind of matters. And next I run 2 of the sniping preparation mana from the trial deck. She has a passive ability similar to good job mana, where if she's adjacent to the enemy, she gets +2,000 power. So she's only good if she's swinging into a front row. That's why I'm not running more than 2 of her, because by that time most of the front row the entire front row will be gone ideally. But it's nice to have them just in case I need to break top right or top left. That's it. 6 level 3s, 6 level 2s. Next, level 4s. I run 4 of the released from the cursed mana. Her ability is, or her logic drive is, pay 3 if I have pay 3 and she gets +3,000 power until end of turn, and then if I have 3 or more mana in my level zone, she gains +1 limit if she is not adjacent to the enemy in battle. And then I can discard a copy of herself from hand, and if I do, she gains an additional +2 limit until end of battle for that turn. So she's pretty good. 13k, 15k if I mobilize her via trance, and potentially 6 limit. So it makes it really hard to fight her, because most level 3s, level 4s all have 3 limit. So I'm basically going to battle at double the amount of limit that they have, unless and they usually won't be able to. They usually don't want to waste enough cards to match the amount of cards I can play. And finally, I run 3 Descendant of Kagura mana. Her logic drive is this member gains auto when this member attacks, discard my entire hand, and then during this member's battle, I may play blue cards from drop zone for logic definition until end of turn. So this card's really good because at the end of the game, when you're trying to finish them off, having a drop zone that's 10 to 20 cards deep, if not more, is huge. Like you basically have unlimited hand size to kill off that last character covering that last gate. And that's it for level 4s. 7 level 4s. Next is tactics. I run 1 mission success. I pay 1, and If this targets a Chloe or mana, plus 5,000 power and plus 1 limit. I like this because it doesn't mill off the top of my deck and add to battle zone, because the amount of times I've milled a paradox when I didn't want it to be a paradox, or milled a tactics and just have it be a dead card, because tactics can only be played from hand for the benefit, uh, is has made me kind of sour on tactics that mill card that add the top of your deck into your to your battle zone. So having that plus 1 limit is nice because I get to choose what I play, and it's nice with the Descendant of Kagura, because then it's 4 limit, and then and then I can play whatever I want from my drop zone. And then I run 3 of this new tactics, Tokimeki Metropolis. If my member is blue, I can pay 2, and they get plus 2 aura. Then I take a card from my drop zone and add it to Logic Definition Zone. So it's pretty much the same as the yellow tactics, Speak with Fists. I chose this one over Vow to Cross Our Dimensions because I'm guaranteed plus 4 aura, whereas Vow is plus 3 and then a random mill off the top of my deck. So it's a potential plus 5 aura, but more likely than not, it's going to be plus 5,000 power, because I run 12 cards in the deck that add plus 2 aura, versus 19 cards in the deck that add plus 5,000 power. And that's it for the tactics. For paradoxes, I run 4 Stardust Archery. When this card is put into play, I can rest a mana in my level zone, and then if I do, I can look at the top 2 cards of my deck, add 1 to hand, and discard the other card. I like that effect a lot because it basically replaces the card for the cost of one level boost. Okay, and next I run 4 Moody Poetry. It gives the battling member plus 2,000 power until end of battle, and changes it to an aura battle. I like this card a lot because, I like cards like this a lot because that 2,000 power sticks around until the end of battle. So even if your opponent paradox cancels, the 2,000 power still sticks around. Alright, and that's it for paradoxes. I'm going to go to gates. I run 2 gate 1s. When this gate's broken, take the top 3 cards of your deck, add it to stock. Stocking 3 is always nice. It's a free luck drive, free logic drive. Next, 2 gate 2s. When this gate's destroyed, I can add the top card of my deck to stock and then draw a card. 2 gate 3s. When this gate's destroyed, top card of my deck to stock, and then I can salvage a member from my drop zone. And next, 2 gate 7s. When this gate is destroyed, if my opponent has 3 or more destroyed gates, I can I can look at the top 2 cards of my deck, add 1 to hand, and discard the other one. And of course, stock 1. Regardless, I like these gates because they add cards to your hand in some way or add a lot of stock. I don't play rest gates because it doesn't really do anything for you. Like, it doesn't give you any real advantage. I mean, on the off chance that they randomly break your rest gate on the second attack and stops all their attacks to a turn, it's great. But more often than not, they're just going to destroy the gate, and all you get out of it's 1 stock. Next, I play gate 8. When this gate's destroyed, top 2 cards of my deck into stock, and then I can choose a card of my level zone and restand it. I really like this gate because I like effects that restand cards of my level zone during my opponent's turn, because it gives me additional level boosts. And finally, gate 9. When this gate's destroyed, I put the top card of my deck into stock, and then I choose a card in my opponent's level zone and rest it. So it's great because it just gives my opponent one less level boost, and it's also good if they break it, uh, late into their attacks, and they've been conserving level boosts because they want to be able to defend the next turn, and just having them down one level boost like that is really good. So that is it for my mana deck. Um, I used to run Aoi in this deck, but I found that Aoi doesn't get very big, like 11k at best, since um, since she's usually going to be attacking a back row, so the boost from Good Job Mana won't really affect her until the extra booster comes out, and then there would be that mana that makes everything adjacent to everything else. But until then, I'm probably gonna stick. I'm just gonna stick to mana. Um, so yeah, let me know what you think. If you want to see more deck profiles, or if you just want to see more games. All right, thanks.